It's now time for On the Line with Cheryl Wilkerson. The conversation will range from local dialogue to international. This show is meant to enlighten, inform, and to inspire. On the Line with Cheryl Wilkerson begins now.
Welcome to On the Line. I'm your host, Cheryl Wilkerson. It is a Sunday afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I have the general manager of WNSB in the radio station with me today. Now,
Hello.
Why would I do that to myself? Actually, y'all, technically, he's my boss. Now, why would I do that to myself? Because he's a pretty good guy. I would say so after all. Maynard Scales, welcome to On the Line.
Oh, thank you. How are you this morning?
I am doing wonderfully. So why do you want to be the general manager of WNSB?
You know, it's a long story. First of all my life, I just wanted to be in the media industry. Radio, I've done radio. TV, I've been in TV. I've done the newspaper. I worked at a newspaper. Worked in research and media. I've always wanted to be in this industry, and so I'm blessed. I'm very lucky. I'm very fortunate that this is all I've had to do.
Especially because it changes so much, yeah.
That's right. But I came to Norfolk State University, back in 92. I had been kicked out of a college for being a knucklehead. The beauty was that Norfolk State University said, come on, we're going to get this thing started. Come on down here. So I came
Wait
down.
a minute. Without going into details, did the reason why you got kicked out of another college, did Norfolk State know that reason? Know that that had happened, that had taken place?
Yeah, I mean, I shared the whole thing,
You had to share it, or you just felt the need to share it?
It's been 30-some years,
Yeah,
but I believe I had to share it.
Okay.
So I could get my whatever documentation released and whatever.
But Norfolk State is always welcoming people, though.
Right.
That was the reputation.
And I was a 17-year-old kid who went to Delaware State in 1989 and a 20-year-old young adult who entered Norfolk State as a freshman in 1992. And
So it took you a little while before you decided you wanted to go back to college.
Well, I had to get that money together.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Because the parents were like...
You messed up your first chance.
Mm-hmm.
Prove it to us.
But that is important. You can't gloss over that because parents need to not just give. They need to hold children to certain standards. So your parents did that and you came through. So keep going.
And so anyway, what ultimately happened was I came to Norfolk State. I was on a mission because that spring of 93, the kids that I went to school with in 1989, they were graduating.
Yeah.
And so I felt like I was behind. And I attacked. I savagely embraced the university and what it had to offer me. I came here. My parents left on the 23rd of August when they dropped me off. And on the 26th of August, that following Monday, I was at the radio station. And I was like, I don't know what these buttons do, but if somebody teaches me, I'll be the best at it. And then, I moved from there over to the television station. I don't know what this camera, where I'm supposed to push, but if you teach me, I'll be the best at it. And I spent the next 4 years, maybe 4.5-ish.
Okay, all right.
Just devouring knowledge with the intent of becoming a professional in this industry. And before I graduated, I already had, began working at a radio station in this market. And, upon graduation, just a few short weeks after graduation, maybe months, there was another job opportunity that was in radio that took me to Chicago. And then the next job opportunity took me to another radio station in Chicago and then to a radio station in Detroit or a group of radio stations in Detroit. And then to this place and that place and the other. And as I learned in the past from people like Mr. Ed Turner, who had been the general manager here for years, from the beginning, I realized that what I had learned as a student and even as a stakeholder, as I kind of had moved out of the radio station or WNSB, was that the concept of giving back and being a part of the classroom, being a part of the education and being a part of the mentorship and being a part of helping to grow our students into professionals tomorrow was something that was on my heart. And so, when this opportunity came, I wanted to be a part of it. And that's why how I wound up coming back to the university.
And so what is your main mission here at the university? What is it that you wake up in the morning and you say, I am going to Norfolk State University today, and today is going to be a part of me doing blank?
Well, I think a lot of what that looks like and sounds like is four things. on what I call my own decision tree. Number one, promote the brand of the university. I am a proud Spartan, and I love this place. Certainly, everyone who went to school at Hampton or North Carolina A&T or Delaware State or Harvard are all proud of their universities, and I appreciate them for that. I know you went to a great school, but my Norfolk State University is the best.
Is the best. Okay.
That's number one, to promote the brand of the university and help our students understand what excellence looks like as we try to achieve. Mm-hmm. Number two, promote to the student that comes in here and wants to open the mic. Promote to the student that comes in here and wants to be a part of the promotions team. Promote to the student who wants to come here and be a part of the business, that this is an opportunity for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to do anything you want as a part of being a part of this radio station. And you should take full advantage of it. And my job is to not make it harder, but to make it easier for them to have access to the tools and the equipment and all those things that go into the learning environment.
Okay.
Number three. Or C. Sometimes I get confused.
C for sure. Okay.
A, B, and C, or A, B, and 3. But number 3, we want to make sure that we put a smile on the face of a listener. We want to make sure that people listen to our radio station and say, hey, you guys do a great job. You guys lift me up, or you guys gave me something to think about, or you play some good music, or any of those things. And that's the reason why we do that is because of number 4. Number 4, when people feel like they're part of this thing, part of this radio station, or they feel like the radio station is part of their day. We hear people call all the time in the morning and say, man, you guys, I was feeling down and you guys just brought me up. I appreciate that. On this past Friday, I said, I want y'all just to call it and just go, ow. And people called in and did that. And they said, man, that picked me up. That got me out. This past week, the weather's been a little bit dull and dreary. And sometimes you don't feel amazing. But when listeners call and they say, I feel amazing, it makes it easy for number 4, which is we need you all to help us support these students and drive revenue and drive donations. And so when we can have people feel comfortable and confident that they're giving to something that's important, something that they feel like they are a part of, or something that they feel like is a part of them, it makes it so much easier. And people have zero resentment for saying, I like that young guy I heard, Braxton, or Sam, or Shadeja, or Ron, or a Scandalous, or Kendall, who's come on and done amazing things in a short period of time. And I want to be a support to them. And so as a result, I'm prepared to give $10 or 20 or 90 or $250 or whatever is on their heart to give. It makes it much easier for them to feel like I'm giving to something that's worthwhile.
Usually general managers don't get up and do a morning show. So why are you doing a morning show?
Because nobody else will hire me to do the morning show.
Because I won't approve anybody else. How about that?
Well, listen, what people should know is we are a small staff. We don't have the luxury of being able to hire out of market staff like
Correct.
This morning show or that morning show that comes out of New York or the one that comes out of Chicago or the one out of Atlanta. We can't just spend that kind of money.
Right.
And so we're stretched thin.
We are.
But, let me say this. I'm not leaving. This is not, in radio, most people.
I have you on tape saying that.
Hold on. Now,
I have you on tape saying I'm not leaving.
Let us be clear. Radio is the kind of thing that a lot of people take these jobs and they're looking to go to the next job and build up to the bigger market and go from Norfolk to Baltimore, from Baltimore to New York. I'm not doing that. That's not, I'm here because my heart is here with this radio station and in this university, and I love it. Period. End of story. There are a handful of things I can tell you I am absolutely loyal to. I will fight you in the street over my Philadelphia 76ers. I am a lifelong Democrat, and I'm a proud Norfolk State University Spartan and a member of this radio station. So I do the morning show because we had a need. And as I find ways to fill that need, I'm going to leave the morning show to you.
I'm not scared. I'm not worried.
I don't get enough sleep. But I think not just me. I do this because I would never ask anyone to do something that I wouldn't do. Mm-hmm. What I mean by that is I work hard and do these things and wear multiple hats because I know I'm asking you, Michael Heart Attack, and Cynthia and Tony and Scan, and the list goes on, Braxton, Ron, Terry Tab, to do this thing and then this other thing and this third thing and sometimes a fourth thing. And if I'm asking you to wear multiple hats, I certainly can lead by example.
Glad you do. All right, so coming up, beginning tomorrow, Mr. Maynard Scales, Mr. General Manager of WNSB here on the campus of Norfolk State University. Matter of fact, you took that position. When was your starting date?
January 10th.
Brand spanking new, you all. What is going to start tomorrow?
Well, we're going to start our membership drive. And this is our opportunity to do a lot of things right with our listeners. You hear this happen on other radio stations in this market, or you've seen it on TV. If you think of what you get when you used to watch the, Jerry Lewis MDA telethon.
Oh, my gosh. That was so far. Yeah. So long ago.
We need to raise money. We need to ask, you, the listeners, the business owners in this community, the people of this Hampton Roads. And if you may be listening to us online and you're in New Jersey or California or Guam,
right,
wherever you may be listening, to think, what is the one little thing that you can do to help us change the trajectory of a student's life here on campus? Mm-hmm. And that's important. I was speaking with some of the people who handle marketing with the university, and they were saying what things bind people or keep unit students connected to the university.
To the university.
Right. If you're on a football team, then, they're like, oh, man, I have to stay in school because I want to play football. If you're a cheerleader, same thing. Or the band, same thing. Well, the radio station is not very different. We don't have, scholarships, and we don't, wear pads and go out with the helmets and hit other kids on the football field. We don't score baskets. But the students who come and are a part of the radio station, they find that their time at the radio station is often, like I want to say, the gift with purchase.
Gift with purchase.
So, gift with purchase. You want to go to school. That's the purchase. Mm-hmm. You want to go to school. That's the purchase. That's the cologne. But there is a gift that comes with that cologne. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's a bar of soap. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's the fancy nail clippers. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's a T-shirt that goes along. And that helps you say, I want to stick this out. I want to stay just a little bit longer. I want to make it to graduation. The purchase is great, but the gift is like the icing on the cake.
Yes.
And so there are lots of students who come in and are part of the mass comm and journalism department. That's the purchase. The gift is we have a radio station. We also have a on-campus television station. We also have a newspaper. These are the gifts that we are giving back to our students. They get that with the purchase of their tuition.
Yep.
And they get to participate. These are valuable skills and vital life lessons that we try to teach here. And you, the listener, have an opportunity to play a part. So I'm going to, it kicks off tomorrow. But you know what? I like to break the rules.
Okay. You are a rule breaker.
It kicks off right now.
Okay, let's do this.
We are Hot 91, the Solar VA. Our membership drive is now.
Okay.
Now in progress. Mm-hmm. You can text us to you can text Hot 91 to the phone number of 91999. So text Hot 91 to 91999. Or you can go online to www.wnsbonline.org and find our donate button.
So how much do you want people to donate?
$2 trillion.
Okay, no problem.
A piece.
And what are you going to do with that $2 trillion a piece? Oh, my goodness. $2 trillion.
No, we want you to donate what your heart will allow, and what your heart and your purse will allow. Listen, if you got $10 for us, we will put that $10 to use. If you got $91, we'll put that $91 to use. Mm-hmm. You have $250, $500, $1,000. If you got $6.87, send it to us. We have, I think the beauty is when we start to talk about like how jobs and things like that go, I can count right now. Okay. Braxton, Jalen, Sam, G, Rihanna, Jet, Chelsea, Octavia, and Carolyn. Now, almost all those names have not graduated yet.
Right.
They're still in school. Of those who have recently graduated last week, who are students that were involved with us and they graduated, walked across the stage, Chelsea, Octavia, Carolyn, and G, and Jalen.
And Sam. Did we say Sam?
And Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's do this math here. Jalen, Sam, and G are coming back and going to graduate school.
Yep.
That's success. Carolyn and Octavia crossed the stage and they are taking new jobs in this industry. That's success. So out of 5 people who graduated, 3 of them are coming back to go to graduate school and 2 of them are going to jobs in the industry. They're not going to go wait tables. I don't have a problem.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. They're not going to go and they said, well, you know what? I couldn't find a job, so I'm going to maybe be a teacher or I'm going to go work at the post. They're starting careers in the industry that they've wanted to be in all their lives. And as a result, they are blessed beyond measure because if you have the right career position, you'll never work. You'll just be enjoying your life. And that's where they're starting. I challenge anybody to take our numbers of success and put that up against anything that Old Dominion can say that they've done, anything that Hampton University, anything that any other school. And that's not to down those other schools. That's just to say it's vital and important that when we do these things, that we measure our success. And our success with our 5 graduates is that all 5 of them are moving on to do something that's either furthering their education or starting them in their career. And I'm proud of that.
I've always had a job doing this. I remember being about 10 years old and getting this tape recorder. It was white on the top and it was green on the bottom because it's all I've ever wanted to do is talk to people and get their stories or whatever. And to come to Norfolk State and to be at Norfolk State and get a job while I was still a student. Now, the hours were long. I was exhausted because I had to do the overnight show. But I just consider myself grateful. And so when these students go off, and they get these jobs, I am like the proud mama of all of them.
That's right.
These are my babies, and they're doing well, and I'm going to see their name in lights, and I'm going to see their name on bylines and everything else. And I'm going to say, and when these employers get the resumes, Maynard, I already see it. When they see Norfolk State on it, they're going to be like, put that in the pile. We're automatically interviewing this person. That is what I see. I see that clear as day.
I hear you. And let me tell you another thing I'm writing grants so that we can have dollars to support what we do. And, we were discussing in the grant writing process, how do we identify some of the challenges? Why should we get these dollars? And as I kind of went through, there are a handful of things that I noted in how the decisions were made. 104 black colleges, only 29 of them have radio stations. So we're rare.
Right.
Hampton Roads understand that this is a treasure. This is a diamond in the rough in your community. It's very rare. That's one.
That's true.
Number 2, we looked at, which was really one of the big things, is that 7% or less of the people who make decisions in the media about who's going to be on television or radio or in a newspaper, what stories we're going to cover, 7% or less of the decision makers in the media industry are African Americans.
Yep. You do realize every morning they have meetings and decide what's going to be on the air.
Right. So this country, this world has long seen the black man, the black woman, the person of color as, if you watch too many movies, you think that, Africa is underdeveloped and it's richly and widely developed. If there was a time when somebody would tell you there's no way in the world that Claire and Heathcliff Huxtable could exist, that we can't be, a lawyer and a doctor. And I can tell you that my sister is a lawyer right? That people will tell you and create narratives that we are all, involved with certain things, drug dealing and crime, or, we all have the baby mama dramas or whatever, because we are not actively every day in the boardrooms, in the executive rooms, in the newsrooms, driving the stories and driving the narratives about the greatness that we as African Americans are, the gifts that we bring to this country and the gifts that we bring to this world. Somebody, I don't know who it was, I'm not sure the right person to talk about, but somebody put them pyramids in Africa, in Egypt, and that stands to this day as a mark of greatness. That's what we are capable of contributing, greatness. And we charge our students here with the responsibility of being better today than they were yesterday.
Sometimes they think I'm coming after them, and I tell them, I am, because you're going to be great.
You're going to be great.
All right, so Maynard Scales, why don't you just put a bunch of commercials on the air and raise the money that way from commercials?
Well, first, let's start. We are a non-com station or a non-commercial station, and we do we do something called underwriting, similar to running advertising. But there are a handful of things that we want to make certain that we also do. We are part of the community. And if we spent more time chasing advertising or chasing underwriting, we would not be spending enough time providing voice to our listeners. We would not spend enough time being in the community, doing the things like the Ice for Life campaign last year, or the Black Church campaign from previous years, where we can spend time listening to the people of this community tell their stories here. Not many stations. We all have a need to have a public affairs program similar to this on the line, but not many stations would give as much voice and as much time to the people of color of this community and our history. That's true. As we do. You had a great show on last week talking about Virginia Union and how that came to be. That history is critical and important, and we don't just try to run commercials every hour, 15 or 20 an hour, because people will tune out, A, but B, and more importantly, it will keep us from telling those amazing stories.
It would keep us from that. You're exactly right. So Maynard Scales is in the studio with me today. He is our general manager here at WNSB, and he has officially kicked off what was supposed to be officially kicked off tomorrow. But when you have general manager behind your name, you can do things like that. Maynard, once again, tell us about the membership drive and what it means.
Well, we're starting the membership drive officially tomorrow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And that's where the phone lines are going to open up. People are going to be able to call us, 757-823-9672. 757-823-9672. That 9672, that used to be where you could call into the station and get on the air. Well, that stands for WNSB. If you look at your phone, that's WNSB. You can text us. You can text Hot 91 to the number 91999.
So you actually pick up your phone and you text.
You pick up your phone in the two part. You'll put 91999. That's the two. That's who you're sending the text to. The message should be Hot 91. That's going to generate a $10 donation to us. Okay. We need you to text and text often. All right. Text and text again.
Because those tens can add up.
Them tens add up.
Yep.
Get 10 tens together. That's $100.
And so this will take place Monday,
Tuesday, and Wednesday.
And the cool part about it is you will hear some voices from the community that perhaps you've never heard or you haven't heard in a while. And we have community partners that are going to help us with this.
That's right.
From all over.
That's right. Or you can go online to www.wnsbonline.org. And you'll find our donate tab, and you can do that. Now, just because I know you said you got something, you're busy on Monday. Oh, my goodness, I can't get to it on Tuesday. Oh, you know what? I forgot Wednesday. You can donate anytime.
Yeah.
You come in on Thursday, I'm going to look at your little side eye, but I'm going to say thank you very much.
Yes, a big old thank you.
And we're going to definitely put your dollars to use helping our students.
I think this community is embracing us as we are embracing the community. I think we witness that in the mornings. I would invite you all to turn in the mornings, because Maynard and I are on in the mornings with some of our students, and the students are doing a great job.
They are.
The middays are being held down, Terry Tab, all the way. After that, Scandalous. Talk to them about
DJ Scandalous comes on. Scandalous is a graduate student as well.
Yes. Yep.
He's, and he is he's the highest achieving kind of student. Like after
saying he didn't want to go to school.
Right. And he's talking about a PhD also. But he's a wonderful young man. He's got so much potential. And I'm just proud of him. He just comes in. He's an excellent professional. And he does it every day. He doesn't take a day off, man.
And who follows him? Then
we got Ron from Ron TV.
Let me tell y'all this. Maynard tried to fill in for Ron TV this week. He was whooped. Okay.
Ron's car had broke down. It was like a last minute thing. And I was walking around the station. I was like, I'll take care of it. I went in there. His listeners just started getting me, man. They were like, what? You got to bring more energy. Like, Ron is working, man. Ron TV is the most lit show on the radio. That's what he calls it.
Yeah, I believe that.
Good. That's great. We got a great cast over here, man. I love these people here. I don't do this. I say I'm the leader. Literally, I am just, the guy who holds hands with everybody and finds out what they need. I'll hold Mike's hand and say, look, what do you want me to go do? And then he tells me to go and hold Cynthia's hand to help her. And then Cynthia says, go over there and get with Tony. And I get with Tony. And then I come in the morning and I get with you on the morning show. And we're partners. I don't see myself as somebody who leads. I got to be out front and be served. I see myself as serving you to try to create opportunities for you to have the best possible experience here, and the best possible experience for Tony, and the best possible and so on and so forth. And it's the cast, it's the team that does it. And, many hands makes the load light. Is that right?
That sounds good. Yeah. Maynard Scales, thank you for joining us today on the line. You all get ready. Don't forget, you explained that perfectly, how they can text. Explain that again, how you said that in the two-line.
You open your text, right? In fact, let's do it now together, right? You got your phone? You got it? Okay, great. Okay, I see some of you still need some time. That's okay. This is what you're going to do. Go to the two-line as you open the text, who you're sending the text to. The two-line is going to be 91999. 5 numbers there. 91999. And in the message line, you're going to send it as Hot 91. That'll generate a $10 gift to the station. Let's get that done. I'm waiting. I see some text messages rolling in, baby.
Coming through.
All right. Thank you all so very much. We just need your help. We appreciate you and love you. And Cheryl, I thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you all for listening. We will be back next Sunday for On the Line, 12 noon. Don't you forget it. Have a great week. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.